A judge in California has ordered the Trump administration to halt mass layoffs of federal workers as the U.S. federal government shutdown drags on. The White House has said it was going ahead with firing thousands of public sector workers. A White House official is planning to lay off over 10,000 federal workers as the shutdown continues. Republican and Democratic lawmakers cannot agree on a spending plan to keep federal government services running until the end of November, and they continue to blame each other for the standoff. Earlier, U.S. President Trump said he's also looking to shut down government projects that are being supported by Democratic lawmakers during the shutdown.
You know, we're getting rid of programs that we didn't like, but that were negotiated in, but we didn't like. We're terminating those programs, and they're going to be terminated on a permanent basis. And it's thousands of people, and it's billions of dollars. We're getting rid of a lot of things that we never wanted because of the fact that they made this stupid move, and they don't want to talk about it.
All right, let's go to journalist Jayson Campadonia, who joins us now from Los Angeles. Hi, Jayson. Trump is trying to pressure Democrats by targeting federal workers. Do you think his strategy is working?
No, not at the moment. When it really starts to hurt government workers in their pocketbook, it may be a different story. It's only been shut down for a couple of weeks now, so we're going to wait and see what's going to happen moving forward. But I will say this. It's kind of funny that he's deploying National Guard troops into different cities across the United States, which happen to be very liberal cities. So this is all kind of happening at the same time. And he's going after the energy sector, the green energy sector, and trying to eliminate a lot of those jobs. We have to remember, let's call, Donald Trump what Donald Trump is. He's a billionaire, and he's got a lot of billionaire friends, and there's a lot of money in the oil industry, in the fossil fuel industry. So it's not surprising that they're holding out and that they're saying that, look, all these jobs have to be cut in order for us to get back to work. But then the Democrats say, wait a second, you just want to get rid of health care. And then the Republicans go, it's the Hatfield and the McCoys all over again.
All right, Trump being very clear that he wants to use a lot of these measures as leverage, essentially, against Democrats. We now see that a federal judge in California has put a halt, temporarily at least, to those termination notices while the issue is fought out in the courts. Do you think the courts are going to take the teeth out of some of Trump's plans? When we look at those deployments, for example, when we look at the layoffs, when we look at other measures, or is this just going to continue and sort of come out with, is he going to come out with new plans that will be challenged in the court?
So the district judge that made the ruling blocking the, the canning of 10,000 government workers is from San Francisco. As we know, very liberal city, very left-wing, very Democratic city. That's not a surprise that she's going to, stick her foot in and stop whatever's happening from the Republicans. On top of that, she was appointed by former President Bill Clinton. So, I mean, even gives her another fuel for the fire, because Hillary Clinton doesn't like President Trump at all. Despite what they may say in public, we know this for a fact. So it's really interesting to see how this is all playing out, and it's who you know, and it's how can you position yourself in front of a judge and how you can explain it. But if you get a judge from a liberal city, they're obviously going to stop whatever the Republicans are trying to do or whatever the conservatives are trying to do. And this seems, par for the course. How this is going to play out is going to be interesting. Somebody's going to have to blink. And as of right now, nobody is blinking on either side.
Jayson, help us understand, who are these workers that the government wants to sack, and why is the administration, why do they believe that they're so inconsequential, or that the public won't care, for example?
So a lot of the jobs that they're going after are in the Green New Deal. And across the United States right now, there's corporations are shedding the fat all over just because the economy isn't the greatest right now in the United States. And so they just want to trim the fat. But what they're really going after, like I said earlier, is green energy departments, the Green New Deal. Nobody can own a gas-powered car after 2050, something outlandish like that. These departments, the Republicans feel, are not necessary because they're pipe dreams for a green energy plan. And some Republicans have said, hey, we should get together and talk about green energy, but at the moment, we're too reliant on things like fossil fuels and regular oil and gas that we can't be throwing money away after pipe dreams.
Jayson, as we heard in that soundbite before you came on, Trump is also stopping billions in grants to Democratic districts, money that was already allotted by Congress. That's not going to hold up in court, regardless of whether it's a liberal or conservative judge. Fair to say?
It's very fair, but here's the thing: it's kind of, whatever Trump does, it's going to be in place for a few years, and then if the Democrats win the next, national election, it'll take about a year, and then whatever they want in place will be in place for a few years, and that seems to be some of the political analysts that I've spoken to. That seems to be the common problem with the United States: is, well, we're in charge now, we're going to do it our way, and then the new person comes in and now they're in charge and we're going to do it that way. The problem is these programs don't have time to get going. They don't have time to iron themselves out to work, the way that they were originally thought.
All right, that's Jayson Campadonia, journalist in Los Angeles. Jayson, thanks so much.
Thank you.